Alright, what is going on, boys? We are back with a brand new video. This is going to be the highly requested settings video that I haven't made in a few months, so I figured I'd go ahead and make an updated version of it, and sorry if I stutter or anything like that. I'm trying to do this in one take. I might make a few cuts here and there, but my brain works a lot faster than my mouth, so that's why I talk fast and stuff like that. So anyways, getting into the video, I'm going to start with my controller and then go down with like settings and all that, but I do play on a PS5. And I play tactical, so and for some reason I couldn't go in settings and change my button layout to tactical, so I had to do custom and then just change it manually. So my change stance, so like my slide and dive, my crouch and all that is my right stick, and then my my circle / B if you're on Xbox is my melee. So I switched it just for that, for just like drop shotting and stuff like that. So going down, none of this is really changed at all. I'm like the only one in the world that still plays with controller vibration on, but I cannot play with it off. I've tried, but I can't do it. I've been playing with controller vibration on since like I first started playing games, so that's why I play with this still on. Going to aiming, this is, it says my last settings video, I said in all of my settings video, this is the most important category I will ever say. If you're on controller, which I would assume most of you guys are, this is going to be the most important category. I'm going to go through the entire video. So if you want some of like the best just overall settings and tips, this is going to be it for you right here. So since I play ranked and I play Warzone and all that kind of stuff, I moved my sense down to 7. But I was playing on 11, so I feel like 7 is like, it's not too slow, but at the same time it's fast enough to like turn on people and stuff. But it's on the slower end, but this is also, this gives me personal preference. If you don't like to be this slow, you can obviously stay where you're at. I mean, some people play 2020, which is actually kind of crazy, but yeah, if you're looking for like just like a recommended, I know a lot of the pros play like 6.6, but I think 7.7 is a good median for me. So, and like I said, this is I've gone over this in my past settings videos, but this is the most important setting right here. I mean, it does not get more important than this. I cannot stress it enough. Like, actually, like, I'm being dead serious. This is like the most important setting that has helped me throughout the past few years on the next gen COD. So it's gonna be the 80 sense multiplier. So what this does is when you're in your scope, so I'll go ahead and go to private match and show you guys. I guess the sniper probably isn't the best example. We put on MCW as my rank class. So this is what 0.7 looks like. It's not a big difference. Actually, without aim assist. It's not like a big difference, but I'll show you guys what it does. Like if you put it on the like 0.1, and I'm right here. I am moving my stick left and right. It's not moving. So this is like really, because the default is 1.0, and this is the default, which it's not bad, but at the same time it's pretty fast. So what I would recommend doing is slow it down between 0.85 and 0.65. I feel like 0.85 is really good if you like snipe and stuff. But if you mainly just use regular guns and stuff like that, I would recommend putting it between 0.8 and 0.7. I have found that 0.7, 0.75 is like the best spot for me. But if you wanted to go lower and stuff like that, because I know this helps a lot if you find yourself flicking off people while you're shooting, this definitely helps with that. So, which is, I'm going to get into the next thing with my aim assist type, but this is like the most important setting I've ever come across, which I found out about it a few years ago. I think in MW3 or Cold War, I forget which COD it was, but yeah, it's most definitely the most important setting I've found within the past few years of me playing COD. So if you haven't changed this, chances are it's probably at the standard or 1.0. And if you think 1.0 is actually too slow, you can move it up to, I believe the max is like 3 or 4. It looks like he asked me 4. So if you like 1.0 is too slow, you can move it up. But if you find yourself like flicking off of people, stuff like that, I would recommend putting it 0.7, which is what I play on. So I feel like 0.7 is the overall best. Anyways, moving on. None of this really matters. Going down, the aim assist aim response curve type is dynamic. I know a lot of the pros troll and stuff like that on Twitter. Even not even pros, just a lot of people troll on Twitter and say that linear is a new move, linear is a new meta, and all that kind of stuff. They're obviously trolling. Play dynamic, please. Dynamic is like what everyone plays on, just to abuse aim assist. Going down, none of this really matters. Aim assist. Obviously, you want to have this on, and just recently I have changed this to Black Ops. I think in my last video I was playing with it on default, but I feel like Black Ops now is better for me. I don't know, I feel like the slowdown is better, but if I had to recommend, it's going to be the Black Ops or default. I wouldn't use precision or focusing, but Black Ops and default are going to be your best options. So, alright, and now we are in gameplay. So this is going to be whenever you first turn your stick up, it's going to do an automatic tactical sprint. So if you don't have to click up on your left stick twice to tactical sprint, if you just move up your stick, just tap it up, it'll start tactical sprinting. So that's what that means. On default, it is off, but if you want to save your controller and save your thumb, just turn this on. But if you do play ranked, you play all that kind of stuff, and you want to follow GAs for whatever reason, turn this off, and that'll be that. Going down, none of this really matters. Tap to slide, this really doesn't matter. Plunging underwater, I went through this in my last video, in the last settings video. This is really what allows you to like go in the water and do the little jump thing. I actually put another clip in the video right now showing it, because I put a clip in the last video showing it, but it's pretty hard to explain. But basically, if you want to jump out of water, which I guess this would be really good in Warzone, and if you play ranked or just any map that has water on it that you can get in. But I'll put a video on the screen just to show what I mean.
Surviving earns them redeployment.
All right, so here, come here.
Where's the shot from?
So
am framing this.
Just all right. So here, this is the normal way to get out.
Yeah,
Right, that's the normal way. This is the we call this the Dory way.
the what's it again? Wait, what?
So yeah, that was the clip I was trying to explain. It's really hard to explain, just like saying it in words. But basically, you can get out of the water without going through the whole mantling, like I guess animation, I guess you would call it. It's yeah, it's really hard to explain in words, but I guess the video it probably showed it a lot better. But just to make that work, put it on free, and I should be good. So going down, none of this really changes. Let's see, tap to interact. This is going to be mainly for Warzone, but what this does, basically, if you want to pick up a gun, you just tap square or tap X, and if you want to reload, you hold square or hold X. Other way, it's the other way around. Usually you would tap square or X to reload, and you would hold square or X to pick up a gun. But since I play a lot of Warzone, I just changed this to tap to interact. So I believe all this is just standard. I don't think I've changed any of this. And yeah, I'm gonna go to the graphic settings now. Alright, and now that we are in graphic settings, haven't really changed a whole lot since I am on a PS5. There's not really a bunch of graphic settings since I'm not on a PC, obviously. But make sure all this is off. The world motion blur, on-demand texture streaming. This actually causes like lag and packet burst, so turn this off. But all the motion blur stuff, make sure this is off. Just makes your game look ugly and just, I don't know, it's weird, smudgy and all that kind of stuff. It's horrible looking. So film grain, put this at 0. Depth of field, turn this off. Fidelity cast, this just makes your game look sharper, honestly. And then going down, my FOV is 119 and 120. I went over this in my last video as well, but I heard a rumor like a year ago on MW3 that if you have your FOV at 120, it actually causes your aim assist to go like kind of wonky, kind of wacky. So it says if you turn it down even 1 or 2, just like 118, 119, that it causes your aim assist to actually be stronger. I'm not sure how true that is, don't quote me on that, but I just heard that from last year from rumors, and I've just gone by that since. So that's why mine is at 119. Between 119 and 120, it's like almost no difference, so that's why I have it there. And then going down, none of this really matters besides the camera movement. This causes, like, if you get grenaded and you have flak jacket on, so you won't get one hit. Obviously, your screen doesn't shake as much if you have it at 50%. So turn it down there. Going down, inverted flashbang. I actually changed this just recently, but you can see on the little pictures, it actually makes your screen go black if you get flashbang instead of white, so you don't get blinded IRL. So Brightness is 47, and this honestly just depends on your monitor, so this is personal preference. And going to the audio, really all of this is, don't copy this, honestly, it doesn't really matter, none of this really matters. But going to interface, none of this really matters either. This will all be personal preference besides the telemetry. I would recommend putting on the server latency and packet loss just to know what you're playing at. But I mean, other than that, all of this is really personal preference. I have just these 3 turned on, but I know if you play on PC and stuff like that, there's a lot more you can turn on. But yeah, these are the 3 that I have turned on just to see what time it is, my packet loss, and then my latency in game. So, and then in account and network, obviously none of this really matters either. I have Crossplay turned on, and yeah. Other than that, I think that's all of my settings for the most part. So, if you guys want to see another updated video come season 5, I will do that. But yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, leave a like, I really appreciate it. And yeah.